The new, innovative, patent-pending Thread Magic, a revolutionary formula from Taylor Seville. Thread Magic will condition and make it easier for you to work with your thread. Wax has been the stand-in until something better was created, and that's Thread Magic. It will help reduce drag, thereby lessening hand fatigue. You can wash and iron Thread Magic without the worry of staining or marring your thread or clothes. Wax also has a freezing and melting point. Thread Magic maintains its integrity past wax's threshold. In addition, when using this product, you will reduce knotting, fraying, tangling, breaking, and twisting of the thread. Best of all, Thread Magic is safe for the environment and made in the USA. Thread Magic is safe for all types of thread, as well as sewing styles such as hand sewing and machine sewing. For sewing, the container will help you guide the thread so there's no need for you to touch the Thread Magic while running your thread through it, if you don't want to. It's a wonderful function that was brought about by numerous test market panels. Here's how it works. First, take the cap off. Feel free to push down on the Thread Magic prior to using, like this. Now, taking a look at the container, you'll notice the numerous slits in the container that we talked about earlier that we call guides. These guides are where you'll put your thread like this. Please make sure that the thread is between the two guides and that the thread is sitting at the bottom of the thread guide. Once the thread is in place, put the cap back on. You'll notice that the cap sits just above the guides. This is to help ensure that the thread is not under any stress. It will not possibly fray or break. Once you use Thread Magic, it'll help extend the life of your thread. Now that the cap is in place, simply pull on the thread and bring it through the guides and the Thread Magic. Now that your thread has been conditioned, you'll notice that it will not twist because it does not have a static charge. The thread will also be less likely to tangle and create knots. After a few uses, you can take the cap off and press down on the Thread Magic so it fills in any open areas in the container. If you would rather not put the cap on during an application, that's not a problem. Simply put the thread in the thread guides, like that. Then put your finger or thumb over the Thread Magic. Pull the thread through just as if you had the cap on. Your thread is now conditioned and ready to use. It's safe to touch since it's non-toxic, hypoallergenic, and acid-free. It will help prevent mold, mildew, and protect against harmful UV rays. It will not leave a residue. To apply Thread Magic while you're winding the bobbin, simply follow your machine's threading instructions for bobbin winding. As you can see, our machine is already set up for this process. So to begin, place your Thread Magic on the machine like this. Next, put your thread through the Thread Magic, making sure that the thread is going between two guides and that the thread is at the bottom of those thread guides. Finally, put your finger or thumb over the Thread Magic while you wind your bobbin. It's that simple. To apply the Thread Magic to your sewing machine, take your adhesive backing off and then place it on the front of your machine in the path of your thread guide. Like that. Now take your thread and feed it through your tension disc, which we have already done. Now take your thread and feed it through your Thread Magic, making sure you're placing it between the guides and that the thread is at the bottom of those thread guides. Now you can take your thread and complete the needle threading process. You may need to loosen the tension adjustment. Once you've done that, you are ready to sew. Thread Magic, the best product to condition your thread safely and effectively, is available at all sewing, quilting, bead, and craft stores.